We have some exciting news. Prophetess Lily Java is coming out with a brand new show called Celestial Hour. In this show, she will open up about her spiritual encounters and reveal secrets that made her to be the woman she is today. We will also have many surprise guests coming to share their shocking testimonies and experiences that will open your eyes to the reality of the unseen world all around us. Don't miss out on our first episode, coming soon exclusively on her YouTube channel. Subscribe to Lily Java's YouTube channel to see exclusive footage, upcoming shows, ministry services, and so much more. Also, remember to click the notification bell to get alerted for any new content.
Hello my loves, how are you today? I am excited to share with you what I have in my heart today. It's very small, but I think it's gonna make a huge impact in your life if you learn to just take care of yourself. Amen. So I wanted to talk about self-care because I think it's very important as a woman. We tend to overlook it a lot and not really focus on ourselves, and it's very natural. Okay, hear me out. So it's very natural for a woman to tend to overlook at ourselves and take care of others, because naturally that's in us, to nurture and to take care of, to love, to give. So what happens is when we find people, or when we are surrounded by people that we love, whether it's a man, or whenever we get married or we have kids, what happens is we tend to lose ourselves. We tend to not take care of ourselves. And when we are growing up, and it doesn't matter what age you are, if you don't have self-care, self-love, and understand your worth and who you are, and having Christ-like mindset, and knowing your identity, knowing how to go from one place to another, because now you know yourself, now you have taken care of yourself, now you have taken time to get to know yourself, then what happens is, when you are in a relationship, people take advantage of you. When you are in marriage, you tend to lose yourself, right? When you give birth, what happens is you completely lose yourself. Sometimes as women, we gain weight, or we lose our confidence. Whatever it is, whenever we don't take care of ourselves, things tend to go down. So what happens is, when we're not happy, nobody can be happy. You know how we are as women's ladies. You know who I'm talking to. You know who you are. I'm just kidding. But whenever we are not okay spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, what happens is the people that are around us that we love so much as we want to be there for them, we tend to be very toxic, actually, because we're not taking care of the things we need to take care of first, which is yourself. Now, we can come with the spiritual angle, and if you're not praying, if you're not spending time with God, if you're not surrendering, and if you're not meditating and renewing your mind every single day, what happens is, spiritually you're frustrated, spiritually you're lost. There's no guidance. God is not building you up as the woman that you should be. You don't know your purpose, you don't know who you are, so you're pretty much walking blind. And it's very easy for somebody to take advantage of us when we're not walking according to the perfect will of God, when we're not walking understanding our purpose, and not knowing where we're supposed to be going. So it's so easy for us to get lost just like that. So for me, for example, if I didn't know my calling, if I didn't know where I was going in life, if I didn't have an identity, and I was going through all of that crisis, what happens is, when I get married to a powerful man, like, Prophet Passion, if you don't know my husband, I'm sure everyone that's watching me here knows who I'm married to. He's very powerful, he's very strong, has a vision, he's going somewhere. What happens is, if I didn't take care of myself, if I didn't know who I was and where I was going, I get into this marriage, guess what? I'm lost. I'm going to be completely lost. Why? Because he's going to completely dominate over me, and I'm just going to be just following along, wherever he goes, I will go, but not have any say, in a sense of understanding what's taking place, or understanding the part I should play, right? So I'm sure there's a lot of women that are watching me that are even in ministry right now, correct? You are getting in into this marriage, you are in ministry, but you don't know what to do. You don't know how to belong. You don't know how to function because you haven't yet have found that right foundation for you to take care of yourself, know yourself more. You know, when you don't know yourself, it's very easy to be in a relationship and that person to completely take over because, or even to express yourself. It's hard, right? Like you come in and you're frustrated because you always feel like you're misunderstood. You tend to carry yourself in a certain way and then change up again, and you carry yourself in a different way, and you want people to talk to you a certain way, to respect you, to understand you, to belong. So you're constantly just moving from one place to another, and you're changing friends because you go one place and they interact with you a certain way, and you change up again. You just feel like you're not accepted. You feel like you don't fit into this world. You experience a lot because you don't know who you are. You don't have time with yourself. You haven't dated yourself. You have dated probably so many people, so many men, but you haven't dated yourself. You haven't spent time with yourself. So ladies, I want us to just breathe. So breathe as you're watching this video. Breathe and say, who am I? Where am I going? In this journey, do I focus on me? Am I doing the right things for myself? Do I know who I am? I want you to look within. Do I know who I am? Do I know my purpose? Where am I going? Why did God create me? Before I go and give myself to any man, before I go ahead and start any type of business, anything that I'm doing in life, do I know me first? Do I spend enough time within this week alone? How much time did you spend just sitting down and talking to yourself, just like understanding and just evaluating, okay, what happened this week? Okay, I got an argument with somebody. Why did I get an argument? Let me just evaluate myself. Why did that thing make me angry? Why did I respond to it the way I did? Get to know yourself. Why do I do the things I do? Why do I get frustrated when people talk to me a certain way? Why do I have certain insecurities? As women, we tend to have a lot of emotions. We carry a lot of insecurities. There's a lot of things that people have spoken over our lives, and we're sensitive. So every word is affecting us. Every word that we have heard in our lives comes to life without us knowing it. So if you're not spending time with yourself, then you will never understand why you feel those emotions, why you tend to react a certain way or see yourself a certain way. And only when you spend time with yourself and every single day you're taking step by step to understand, Lily, when you talk like this and when you respond to people like that, it's not nice. And the reason why you're doing that is because maybe people's been speaking to you a certain way and you have become defensive. This is me spending time with myself. Now I understand, okay, I'm becoming defensive over other people. When people talk to me, I tend to cut them off. I want to be heard. Why? Because I grew up not being heard. So I feel like I'm constantly now proving myself to somebody. This is studying yourself, understanding why you do the things you do. So now when God says, hey, I want to bless you with a husband, he's coming your way. Now you feel like, hey, I've already practiced taking care of myself, spending time with myself, understanding how I operate. So when this man comes, you know your weakness now. You know your strength, right? So you know how to handle him. You know how to operate with wisdom. So when he comes, you're not showing him this crazy side and these men are running away from you or don't want to marry you, or even after getting married, they're confused to why you're acting a certain way or why you're always nagging them or talking a certain way. And people are, these people are just like your husband or whoever you're in a relationship with is getting frustrated with you. And you're getting frustrated with yourself because you don't know why you're reacting that way, because you don't have time to spend and date yourself. Women, listen, please, 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 pause everything. Pause whatever that you're doing. Value yourself. Put yourself first. It doesn't matter what's going on, the chaos, how busy you are, the job that you have, the school that you're going to and studying. You can be in business, you can already be in a marriage, you can be in ministry. Whatever you're doing, just stop and just say, me, where am I? Where am I at? Where am I going? And if I'm going somewhere, I need to understand certain things. I need to take care of my body. I need to take care of my health. I need to take care of myself mentally, physically, right? Spiritually, I need to feed myself. There's times where even myself, where everything is so busy, my husband just wants something, my kids want something, the church wants something. somebody always calling for me. And I'm like, I need to breathe, y'all. I need time for myself. I need to just get out. And what I do is literally just pause everybody. And I literally did that just last week. I paused and I bought a ticket for myself and I disappeared. And I was like, I need to breathe. I need to just spend time. Lily and I, myself and I, me, myself and I need time to breathe and understand. And some of you maybe can't do that, but you can run into your bedroom and just spend hours just praying, just talking to God and worship. And just maybe you want to watch a movie, maybe you want to listen to music, whatever it is, take time. You're writing your notes and understanding what you need and understanding, hey, I need to get my nails done. I need to get my hair done. I need to just go work out. I need to start eating healthy. Whatever it is that you need, put you first. I always tell women, hey, as women, if we don't, as a mother, I'm a mother, I have 2 beautiful kids. As a mother, if I don't put myself first, there's no way I'm going to put my kids first. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no way I can provide for them what they need. Because what happens is, Lily's not okay when my kids come, and you know how kids are, 2 years old and I have a 1-year-old. They're doing crazy things, touching everything. What happens is I'm going to talk to them with frustration. Why? Because I'm not loving myself. I'm not taking care of myself. So the way I respond is with anger, with regret, with disappointment. Every word that comes out of my mouth. Now we start speaking things into our kids, and now we're speaking into their lives. And that happens when you're not at peace, and that happens when you're not in the right state of mind, and because you're not there yet with yourself. Yes, am I saying something? Okay. So I want to make it short because I really just want you to just refocus on you. You matter. You are important. You are beautiful. You are wise. You are smart. Ladies, look, if we women come together in unity, we can change the world. I'm telling you. And the enemy fights that. If you look at it, like I grew up, bunch of women coming together and just gossiping and talking. And the enemy, you know why he does that when women come together and they gossip and they talk about trash? Because the enemy knows when women come in together, they can really build something powerful, something very strong. They can build a home. They can build a church. Seriously. Go to any church. You will see the highest percentage of gender will be a woman, females in a church. Imagine if all those women come in one unity, what kind of difference they can make in a church, in a business, in their home, in their community, everywhere. If we come together as a body of Christ, if we come together in love and unity and understanding, and if you take care of yourself, if you love yourself, if you understand yourself, you carry the wisdom of God, you spend time with God enough, and you are healthy spiritually, physically, mentally, and every area of your life, what happens? That is what you're going to start putting out into this world. Whenever you meet people, then you have the right words to speak into somebody. You speak life into your friends. You speak life into your community. You speak life into your marriage. You speak life into every single little thing. Everyone that's around you, guess what? It's like you see all of these seeds that you're sowing start being nurtured and growing in front of you. Why? Because you are the light of the world, and that you matter in everything you carry, and don't let anybody else tell you any different. So ladies, we're going to start this month taking care of ourselves, finding out who we are, our purpose, our journey, our season, the right foundation, and we're going to get in there together and get all of those things right. And once we do that, guess what? We're going to start soaring together and start accomplishing things that we can't even understand. Like, God, really? Did you really call me to do this? I'm going to be able to change people's lives. But it starts with you. And if your mind is not changed, if your health is not good, if your mindset, and if you don't know who you are and what you're meant to do, then you cannot truly change somebody's life. Then it will be fake. You can stand on a pulpit, you can stand anywhere, and you can talk, and people can just see right through you that you don't know yourself yet. But when you have enough time with God, enough time to just spend with yourself and understand who you are, and you really take care and love yourself, people can see it when you talk to them. People can really look at you and be like, look, I want to be like her. I want this person to speak over my life. I want this person to just be able to lead me, because the more you spend time with yourself, the more you understand yourself, the more it's easy for you to be a leader and lead people out. It's so challenging to be a woman because you're just always questioned, and people are just look at you as just, you're a woman. Not a lot of people expect anything from you, and we tend to take that view and not be as motivated, especially in the house of God. So it's very important for us to come together and encourage one another, because there's a calling in you, there's a purpose in you, there's a future, and God is ready to prosper you and to build you and reveal to you who you are, so you can make a difference in this world. Every single one of you have a calling, and God is ready to uplift you, and God is ready to have a relationship with you and take you somewhere that you never thought. Listen, I never thought growing up I'll be sitting here and talking to you. But the moment I connected with God, the moment I gave my life to God, hey, He revealed to me who I was and where I'm going. And He starts talking to me every single day. And my relationship with Him is so beautiful. I'm telling you, it's so beautiful. And He's so faithful. He's so loving. He's so real. This God that we serve, it's so real. And that is the God I want you to know and to grow, to build that relationship with, for your life to completely transform. Amen. I love you so much. I'm praying for you. May God bless you. May God increase you. May God bless you. May God prosper you. May God protect you wherever you're watching me from right now. I'm praying for you in the name of Jesus. May God keep protecting your mind, that allowing you to understand who you are. May God reveal to you your purpose and your journey and your destiny in this life, that you will not just be just another person, another human in this planet, and doing just something that's ordinary. You are not an ordinary woman. You are a powerful woman. God has created you for His own purpose, and He has designed you so beautifully, so uniquely, and God is ready to use you as long as you are willing. And I pray and I speak a blessing, and that you are awakened right now in your spirit, and the power of God is just shaking you and ready to just awaken you and put that fire in you, just that fire that's ready to just to take over the world. Hallelujah. May God bless you and increase you in the name of Jesus. I love you with the love of Christ, my loves, and I'll see you soon. God bless you. Bye.
Subscribe to Lily Java's YouTube channel to see exclusive footage, upcoming shows, ministry services, and so much more. Also, remember to click the notification bell to get alerted for any new content. Did you know that feelings of worry, doubt, confusion, depression, anger, and condemnation are all attacks on the mind? In her brand new book, The Battle of the Mind, Prophetess Lily Java exposes the tactics of the enemy while teaching the importance of using God's Word to renew your mind and become victorious in this constant battle. Get part 1 of the Battle of the Mind series, only available on lilyjava.org.